Hi, my name is Cameron Douglas and I'm the CEO of Videopro. We're a specialist AV company in Australia. And today I'm going to interview Panizzon from Neat. Now, before I get started, he's no stranger to video. He's worked in some of the best video conferencing companies in the world through his career. So the first question I've got for you, Liam, is why did you choose Neat as the next step of your career?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a really, really great question. So, as you mentioned before, I've been at many different video conferencing companies in the past, and I've worked with a lot of great people over time, and adapting to the video conferencing industry. And I've been actually working closely with Neat and knowing the organization for a little while when the company launched in 2019. And the company's basically always, the pedigree of the company and the pedigree of the individuals have always pushed the boundaries of the video industry. So when the company first launched and went out to the market, and says, we're creating an all-in-one device. This makes it very, very easy to use, set up, and have an equitable meeting experience. I knew that basically they were going to lead the market and set the new meeting room experience going forward for organizations. So it attracted me to the organization. I knew the guys from the past. I used to work at a company called Acano, and some of the guys there previously there, and I had a chat with the organization there, and I was excited what those guys were offering.
Neat's Norwegian, which is obviously no stranger to video itself. Most of the great video conferencing has come out of Norway. Were you just attracted to the general culture of Norway as well? I mean, was it the aquavit that brought you?
Yeah. So as you said, Oslo is a sort of a nickname, the video valley of the world. You have the companies such as Tandberg, basically originated out of Oslo, and then you had, of course, Cisco, and then you've had small organizations like Acano and Pexip. So that they are sort of the video conferencing valley of the world. So knowing the guys there and working with the guys in the past, they design and build beautiful devices that not only work in great meeting rooms, but also an aesthetically pleasing devices that, as I say, they look good from the back as they do from the front. The devices are very inviting. They're part of furnishings inside of rooms. So they don't have cables hanging off or those kind of things, and that's what the Norwegians do. They have very, very, the Scandinavian design of equipment, which is very, very nice.
So one of the other big players that's entered the video arena in the last couple of years in a really big way. They've been there for a while, but lately they've taken a more substantial position is Microsoft. And congratulations on Neat for getting its Teams certification just recently, a couple of days ago, official.
Yeah, no, it was actually a few weeks ago. We announced that we'll work on Microsoft Teams certification a little while ago, but officially came through. It came through. The sort of rubber stamp from Microsoft came through. That we're certified on our Bar Pro, our pad, and our board. So which customers can actually, as the unit boots up, they select the Microsoft Teams platform, and it works natively on the equipment. So very, very exciting. And even our customers are very excited to hear about it and get they love the Neat devices, but now using the Neat devices on the Microsoft platform.
Yeah. So tell me what it means to be Team certified. I know that it's important, and I know that for organisations that are Team certified, it carries a tremendous weight. What's the process? How close do you have to get with Microsoft?
Yeah. So it's actually a lot of our organization, of course, work with Microsoft. Some of our organization was, of course, as a company called Pexip, and they've always worked closely with Microsoft in the past. And Seaman, our CEO, had been working with Microsoft for a while on basically the team certification for our devices. I think it was about late last year that we were starting out. So what it means is basically that we're able to run the software natively on our devices. That has been tested by Microsoft and ourselves, that we can run the application builds on the devices. So it isn't just basically you installing an app on a device and then goes, yep, there you go. It's been tested by both organizations to ensure it runs beautifully inside those meeting rooms.
Yeah, I can certainly understand as we get more and more software, we get new types of hardware. mixing them together, making sure they talk together when they're not manufactured by the same organisation.
Absolutely, and it's quite key to have that basically synergy between organisations. We have this with Microsoft, but we also have this with Zoom, and it allows us to also collaborate and build on more features and functionalities for our customers. We have features such as neat symmetry that's on our devices that we work with the software providers to enhance and build into their platform as well. And so when you have that strong relationship, you can basically provide a better experience to customers and using those meeting rooms on a day-to-day basis.
Do you have a plan for a marketing strategy around neat teams? Because that to me just seems like
it's a pretty cool pun, and there's a lot of even when I joined the company, I said this is going to be neat, and it is pretty neat.
Yeah.
So the naming works very well.
Well, we might get some T-shirts made that say we've got neat teams.
Yeah.
It's got to be a triple entendre of some form.
Exactly.
So take us through the range, Liam. Tell us about the products that Neat offers.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, it starts off we actually have our personal device that's basically called a Neat Frame. It's an all-in-one device in a portrait that can be deployed sort of as an executive front. It's got a built-in camera, microphone array, and it's actually built in a portrait mode. Which there's a lot of design aspects have been thought about that, and I'll put that aside for the moment. The next device we have is also the Neat Bar. That was our first product that came to the market. That's an all-in-one single device, built-in camera, microphone array, compute, and all you need is a power cable and network in the way you go. The back of it. Coupled with that, we have a pad. It's a pad that basically sits on a table, and that's your touch control that allows you to control the device itself. And then we also have the Neat Board. The Neat Board is an all-in-one 65-inch touch screen with a built-in camera, microphone array into the device. It can be put in a trolley, moved around from room to room. It allows you to do whiteboarding, annotation, collaboration. In fact, actually, when working with Microsoft, we actually announced a new category for the Neat Board in their portfolio of the certifications. And then also we have the Neat Bar Pro. That's for your larger meeting rooms. It's got multiple cameras built inside of it. It has a 10 meter pickup for your microphone array. So we have all those products that are available. It's available, and then also we have a product that's coming out later of the year called a Neat One, which actually is a high definition personal USB camera and microphone array for your desktop.
I love the range. I love the idea of being able to take on the user at the user level, and then being able to ramp it up into the room and the room level, and sort of everything in between. I guess, as the pandemic started, most people, when they got switched over to video, were using their laptop and using their webcam in their laptop. And then when people started coming back to the buildings, they started talking to buildings and laptops, and obviously now we're in this hybrid world, and I'm keen to get your thoughts on that. But it seems that you guys have thought about it through the lens of everyone should be entitled to a quality experience, whether you're at home, whether you're in the office, and that's how you're going to develop your products.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at our range, we don't do for instance large auditoriums or significantly large boardrooms, but we have a range that fits for 70 or 80% of your rooms inside our organizations. And they're designed, I think I mentioned before, they're designed to be easy to use, set up. So you take it out of the box, you plug it in, and the way it goes. It's been designed to look good, so you have you have an aesthetic pleasing device inside the room that's an all-in-one. You haven't got power packs hanging off the back of it, or maybe network cables hanging off the back of it. So it's unintrusive when you walk in the room. It's also part of the it's part of the furniture, but also we have all those. You also have basically when you join the meeting having a basically experience-based innovation. So innovation on the hardware that allows you to create an equitable experience for not only people sitting in the meeting room, but people also attending the meeting. And these are done through a number of features and functionalities built into the hardware through the microphone arrays and the cameras. The cameras do mention for a feature called Neat Symmetry, but our audios also does this, where we're basically introducing things such as like an audio bubble. So for instance, you walk in the room and it will pick up, or the device will only pick up a range of when you're inside the bubble or out. Now that bubble most organizations look at that from an audio point of view, but you can do this visually. So you can say, I want to pick up people visually inside this bubble. So if the camera, if someone walks by in a glass room, the camera doesn't pick that person up or focuses them into the camera, you can create that bubble. So once again, creating a audio and visual bubble for those people in the room, so when the people join in, they have the same experience. As people return back, as people come into the offices now, you need to be having a great experience that invites them back into the office. So you're not penalizing the people that are still attending at home. So they want to be able to see people clearly and hear them clearly in the video, but also not penalizing people that come in the office so they can still participate and feel like they're part of the Brady Bunch view on the video.
And I think that's so powerful. It's interesting that video has become one of the democratizing technologies to sort of equalize out and try and get rid of bias. And obviously we're getting into a whole nother conversation topic here, but I find it fascinating that as the pandemic happened, people went to their houses and people had very different living situations. Someone might have been in a small apartment with 4 kids, someone might have been living in a palace, and everything in between. And the workplace, the job of a workplace, much the same as a school, it kind of democratizes everyone, and we all come to this place and we all do this work.
Yes.
And what Neat and Microsoft and are thinking about is how do we maintain a democracy inside meetings by using the video technology and taking everything that we learned from the pandemic. And I think that's just fantastic. I think that approach is really great.
No, absolutely. I think that, when I visit an organization, you talk about that, and I went inside this organization while I was down in Sydney, and their offices were actually quite empty inside their office. And it's funny, interacting with that organization, you could see that what they're trying to do is not invite people into getting back into the office to work together, but invite them together to recreate the culture of the organization, to reconnect as a business and reconnect with people and actually have that communication, or have that coffee together and talk about other things. It isn't a scheduled meeting, all those kind of things there. So and that becomes quite powerful. I guess we're diversing from another subject. It becomes quite powerful, and when you're inviting these people and trying to entice people to come back in, they can't have a better experience at home. They have to have a great experience coming into the office as well. And these things have to create the inviting culture invite people into the office going, hey, actually that is better than I want to have at home, or I enjoy coming to the office because I get X, Y, Z, I can still operate the same.
And it's great to see that the video technology and the product is carrying that same, I want to entice you in to come and use me because I'm really great. And if you look at it through like an architectural lens, you can have beautiful spaces and you can have beautiful furniture and this, that, and the other. The technology though is really what a lot of people are coming in to actually use. They might come in specifically to use a meeting room that they don't have access to at home. I like the approach from Neat to make something beautiful because people are drawn to great products and things that look really nice. I know that if I go out and get a new guitar or some other new thing, it's going to inspire me to go and play more. And I think that the way that video is being deployed in our offices right now is really shaping how we're going back to work post-COVID.
Absolutely. It's you talk about those things there, and that's that's sort of the ethos. For Neat as an organization, we want to create an experience. We want people to come in and go, I'm excited to use this experience or this in this meeting room. And even now, for instance, I recently released a Neat frame. How many people have taken this into customers or taken this to sites, and they're excited. They want to bring other people in to see the device and see how it works and the innovation around it. And so, not only great to use, but also exciting to show other people. You get that sort of the excitement around a device that people want to play around with and use, and experience those innovations inside the meeting again.
It's not something you would see in too many like tech reports of why you would use a product. I think Apple have always had this great sort of ethos that it inspires me to use it because it's just so beautiful or whatever, and it makes me feel creative and I feel good when I do this. But seeing it coming through in the AV experience and the video conferencing experience, I've videoed into a Neat many calls through Neat. neat bars, and it's a great experience, and I can understand why that would actually inspire more people, because for the same reason that it um, uh, doesn't inspire, makes people actively not want to do video conferencing because the AV is not working.
Exactly, and actually, if you think about, with the AV industry, or the AV not industry, but the AV in rooms has been very, very complicated to use. There's been people walk into rooms and they press a button and it doesn't connect or talk to something, or they look at a device and someone's unplugged the camera in the back of it, or the audio doesn't work in a room. And this sort of goes back to how we sort of started as an organization, that we wanted that the device is easy to use, it's ready to use. You walk in the room, everything's plugged in, and away you go. There's no, someone can't plug a camera, can't do those, do those things that stops the experience in the actual meeting room itself. If we learn also anything during the pandemic, that people gravitated to, the companies like Zoom, because they were easy to use, and that plays a big role into so that people don't have that patience anymore and necessarily goes, how many five buttons to join a meeting? No, they just want to walk in, they join, click a button, and join a meeting, and the way they go. Or they unbox the device, and everything comes with it, the brackets, everything. There's not separate things that I didn't order this. It's just it's a easy experience, unboxing the device, setting it up, and joining a meeting, the whole end-to-end experience.
We love doing unboxing videos.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's been fun.
Have we done an unboxing video? We've done it. Oh, good.
I've seen it. I watched it. It was great. It was a great unboxing video.
Unboxing videos of the future, Liam.
Yeah, so I did it. I think I saw a kid, there was a toy store and made a lot of money making unboxing videos.
Oh, great. So, what's the most popular product that people have gravitated towards in the Neat range?
Yeah, and it's actually probably our first product that we launched was a Neat bar, and of course that's our most popular product out there. It also covers probably a majority of the rooms, a lot of rooms out there, and hence it's growing. But we quickly realized that yes, that's the number one product that's growing, but we also realized that we need to service other rooms, smaller or larger, and grew the portfolio from there. So when the company launched, really had the Neat bar and the Neat pad and the board, there were 3 products that were available. And we saw that we needed to expand the portfolio to include those larger rooms. But we get a lot of, even though the Neat bar is number one out there, but the Neat board is a lot of customers love that device. They don't have to buy more screens. So literally the device turns up and you're mounting it on a wall and away you go. The bar.
Yeah, okay. I just when the pandemic was starting to unfold, did a lecture at a university, and I did it on Zoom, and I got to see the when you're delivering something in person, like we are in person right now, and there is a great irony that this is a meeting about video conferencing. But there's a saying in technology that is, we used to run on this model of we should do that, but can we? And now it's more along the lines of, we can do that, but should we?
Yeah.
And I have had plenty of video calls this week. The fact that you and I are both located in Queensland is a great opportunity to sit down and then talk face to face when the opportunity presents itself. But I've gone into too much detail now.
No. It's funny. It's funny because we're not deviating again, but there's a big thing I talk about. The Neat team across the region is a lot of us are actually in different locations. We have we have a team in Japan, I have a team in Singapore, India, and in Australia. But the whole thing about us is that there's always, we can do video all the time. We manufacture video conferencing devices, but there's still an element of connecting of individuals, and everyone can connecting. So even if everyone can connect, they can use a video device to join, of course. But there's, what humans built inside of us, we love to connect and build build relationships and go to the pub or go and have a coffee or whatever it is and have those conversations. And they're the connections that basically build great relationships. Hence, to go back to culture is basically, that's how culture is brought out of it. But this is a very deep conversation. Changing very much.
I don't like to swim in the shallows.
Yeah.
That's for Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. We're only deep here. We're only deep here. So your commentary around connection then, and that just reminded me. Doing that lecture was like I could feel the the fatigue, right, of video, delivering something. When you're in person, energy flows relatively simply, and when you're in video, you've got to manifest more of that energy yourself, particularly if you're delivering a class or delivering a lecture. One thing that I have found, even over the last sort of 5 to 10 years, is that the continual improvement of the quality, the resolution, the audio, whether it's a all-in-one unit or whether it's got like beamforming microphones and it's a high quality audio experience that's being put together, it does take away some of that tiredness that you feel. You don't feel like you're putting in just so much effort to make this thing happen. And I feel that Neat's got a bit of that in their product development.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, once again, goes back to the ease of use and the device being all enclosed in one. So probably didn't touch before, but microphone arrays are built in directly into devices. You can walk around the room, you can whisper in the corner room. We have beamforming microphones that will pick you up. If you think about the traditional video or AV industry, they would be having maybe ceiling microphones hanging down from the roof or tabletop microphones. We don't require that. You can basically continue having a natural conversation and don't have to basically, I can't hear you on the other side, and lean to a microphone and talking to the microphone. You get none of that. The smarts and the intelligence in the devices can automatically raise or lower your voice and can hear where you are and will remove background noise as well inside of it. So as you talk about video fatigue, you don't really think about you're actually in a video meeting anymore. You're thinking about presenting. You're actually focusing on what you need to be doing, opposed to someone unmuting going, oh, can you speak closer to the microphone? That doesn't happen.
I think that the uptake of video has helped everyone understand the suitability of a system for a space now as well. People will see a smaller unit for one of those telephone booth style small huddle spaces or whatever, and then it'll get up into that sort of 4 to 6 person meeting room, or 6 to 8 person meeting room. Whereas back in the day, if you think about that 40 person boardroom where you'd be putting in a video, you'd have to put in a tremendous amount of infrastructure. If that wasn't put in, then the experience would be unequal. That person might be close to the microphone, that person might not, and all of a sudden the meeting has taken a different path. So I think that space to system relationship has really come a long way as well, where people go, oh, this is that space, they're going to have these, this is that space, they're going to have these. And I think there's certainly where the all-in-one units have created a really strong niche for themselves in how they're being put together.
Yeah, absolutely. The rooms don't become the focal point of the AV in the room. They're just part of the chair. They're furnishings. As I said before, they're a chair, they're a table, they're a device, they're a thing you can use in the room to have an effective meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think Neat products make your meetings more productive and make you smarter as an individual?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just needed to get
absolutely. They give you more. My IQ's gone up by double since using them.
That's fantastic. I say that in jest, but there is a certain inspiration. I'm someone that likes brands, and I get what a brand can make you feel and what it can make you do, and I think you're doing a good job with Neat and creating that kind of a feeling on the product.
No, thank you. And that everything in the organisation we do, from the product development of when we build our devices, is all around that feeling, the experience. We haven't basically, for instance, when we design the Neat frame, we can design it in a landscape view, but there's thought been going into that and going, well, hold on, people are working from home, they've already got 2 screens on the desktop, they're already taking 22, 27-inch screens, the real estate on the desk is going down, and we need save more space. But also, when you look at people, you don't look at them in a landscape, you look at them in a portrait. And so when you start seeing individuals, you go, well, hold on, a device shouldn't be looking at someone in a landscape and looking more. We need to be looking at them from a portrait point of view. And so those kind of things, those small little details make big impacts. And then it starts to elevate the camera, so the camera's at a higher level. So you're looking at the camera and having a speaking almost visually directly, one-to-one call with those individuals. So all those things start to, when the team, the product team is developing all these things, all these little small things make the experience. That goes, oh, that was easy to use, or that was pretty cool. I was in a meeting. And so, yeah.
I like the portrait move. I was ahead of my time. I used to have a screen monitor 12, 14 years ago that sat there in portrait, and I got teased by everyone.
Was that CRT? Was it or no?
That was a heavy duty bracket. No, it was just an LCD screen, and I thought, oh, this is a smart way to have a Word document because A4 is that kind of look. But the teasing that happened made me go back to landscape. But now everyone else is catching up. I was just ahead of the game.
You're just ahead of the game. Well, maybe should have rang you up a few years ago.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Liam, thanks for chatting.
Thanks for having me.
I've got one last
Okay.
This is a controversial question.
Oh no.
Do you have stock?
Yes, we have stock. We have. What's unique about Neat is actually we house a lot of our stockings around the world. So we have distribution centers around the world, but we also have stock through our partners and also through our distributors. So yes, we have got stock, and we are continuing manufacturing stock for demand. We're working with our hardware alliance with Microsoft and Zoom to align to ensure we're meeting their demands as well as they grow as organizations. So yes, we have got stock.
Right. Well, if Neat has stock, Videopro has stock. So that's a great combination of things.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming on. If you are interested in any of the Neat products, then come and talk to us at Videopro. Reach out to Neat. It is a great evolution of the video conferencing technology, and with the Microsoft partnership, all the more valuable. So, thanks a lot, Liam.
Yeah, thanks very much, Cameron.
Cheers.
Thanks.